What's the clearest example of, "I'm insecure and I'm trying to make up for it," you've ever seen? Talking about how much money they have. Dated a guy like that. It was exhausting. He kept bringing it up like he thought that would impress me. It didn't. People who speak very loudly and try to overpower others when they are questioned. A former friend of mine I'd known since childhood. He was a pathological liar. Which I got used to pretty fast. He was a decent enough kid. Just felt the need to make stuff up for attention. In college, though, his insecurity really started to come out. He watched the show Sherlock and decided that acting like a psychopath genius was the way to go. I eventually had to stop talking to him because he became a full-on emotional abuser and tried to gaslight me into thinking that my antidepressants warped my perception of the world around me. I knew the entire time that he was just trying to be cool. We'd have these conversations where he'd say everyone else was just sheep but we got it. It was fun to pretend. But after a while it was clear he wasn't playing around anymore and that I'd become one of the sheep. My boss. She's nice in general, but for those who make her feel threatened, insecure, she always has to find ways to put them down. It's very, very subtle though. It's usually tiny comments or purposely avoiding saying anything that gives the other person credit or attaboys, while giving them to other people who aren't in her "I'm threatened by you" category. She always has to make herself bigger in every exchange. And it just gets so old. She's a constant talker. Non-freaking stop. She plows through our team meetings and hardly ever stops to give the team a chance to ask questions. Usual running her mouth for 29 minutes straight of a 30-minute meeting. Micromanagement and maintaining control at whatever cost. And calling yourself alpha. People who say, "I'm just being honest," and then proceed to use that as a reason to say awful things about other people to make themselves feel superior. Trying to draw attention to yourself is usually based on insecurity, as is overbearing behavior. Lying about knowledge they don't have. I find it much more charming and intelligent if some is able to say, "I don't know," or "I'm not sure," than stating things like they're facts and find out it's not true. That guy who poses. Taking as much space as possible in public transports. Starting to lift out of nowhere in the living room with guests. Blasting music when walking. Not in the 90s with friends and a ghetto blaster. People calling themselves kings and queens always seemed like they might be trying to project themselves as superior because of an insecurity of some type. Overly aggressive handshakes. So obvious. Lifted trucks. Lying about military past with the lowest effort implausible claims. Waves hand in general direction of ex-wife. Being overly opinionated or sharing opinions in situations that it isn't called for. If you actually believe in something, you don't need constant debate or validation. You're doing it because you want approval or reinforcement to ease your own doubts. Andrew Tate. Putting others down. I used to get offended, but now I'm just embarrassed for these people. More than one political sticker on your car. You want one? Cool. We're all insecure in our own way. Want to make your car a billboard? You're super insecure. People who bully others. It's always because the person who they are bullying has something they want. Lifted black pickup truck with black flag, Punisher stickers.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.